up, y'all? I say it. What's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before we get going on our video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and go follow me on Twitter at KO Boxing 86 TV. If you got a breakdown or a prediction you want me to do, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. Don't forget about our live shows as well. We live every Wednesday and Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network, Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's get it popping. Let's get into our video. And today, we got our fight predictions. But look, I'm not going live tomorrow night because me and the wife, it's our anniversary. So we're going to be leaving out of town first thing in the morning. I'm actually shooting this video after the fire debate that we just had with the brother Loyal to the Game Boxing Talking, the brother Get the Smoke. So y'all go check out that live stream that we just did. But this video, I got to give y'all my picks for the week. Y'all know how we do, man. We still working over here, and I still got to give y'all the weekly picks because we still got to put that prediction record on the line. 377 right, 62 wrong. We up to 87% of our picks being right on this channel, and we got a lot of picks this week, and I'm still trying to go undefeated. So without further ado, because I got like 8 picks I got to give y'all, this going to be a longer video, but it's because I got to give you the picks, and I'm not able to go live tomorrow, so we're just going to run them down right in order, and obviously get to the main one, Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk. But first, this one is going to be on the Showtime PBC card. We got Roger Gutierrez versus Hector Luis Garcia, 12-round Super WBA 130-pound title. Roger Gutierrez out of Venezuela's 5'9" Orthodox fighter, 27 years old, 26 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 20 victories by way of knockout, and he himself has been knocked out 2 times. We got Hector Luis Garcia out of the Dominican Republic, southpaw fighter. He's 5'9" as well, with a 67-inch reach. He's 30 years old, 15 wins, no losses, 10 wins by way of knockout. Roger Gutierrez is a tough guy. Roger Gutierrez has had chin issues, being knocked out 2 times. And the reason that he gets caught with shots is because he pulls straight back. He's a tall, 130-pound fighter, like very long and lanky. He pulls straight back. He likes to fight with his lead hand, which is his left hand, because he's an orthodox fighter. He likes to fight with it low while having his chin up in the air. So he's there for overhand shots, straight shots, people catching him with hooks on the way out of exchanges. But he does have good power on his right hand. He's a good 1-2 fighter. On the inside, a lot of grappling. Not a very good inside fighter, but if he can keep you at a distance, measure with that jab, big right hand, and then he's coming with a left hook behind it. For Hector Luis Garcia, Olympic pedigree, very confident right now. Of the 2, he's beat by far the best competition after just defeating Chris Colbert. Chris Colbert is better than anyone that Roger Gutierrez has fought. And so Hector Luis Garcia does have that feather in his cap. And I'm going to keep it 100% real with y'all. Roger Gutierrez, his defense is not that good. Hector Luis Garcia is much more polished to me, much better at distance, much more of an experienced fighter in my opinion. Although Gutierrez is younger and started his career professionally, he don't have the amateur pedigree and the boxing experience that Hector Luis Garcia has. I've underestimated Hector Luis Garcia before by picking Chris Colbert to basically not lose a round against him. We all see how that worked out. I got one fighter with 3 losses and a draw and been knocked out 2 times. I got another fighter that's undefeated, and Hector Luis Garcia coming off the biggest win in his career. Roger Gutierrez is going to have to show me against Hector Luis Garcia. I got Hector Luis Garcia with his straight left hand and his right hook being the key. I think he's going to land that left hand very consistently against Roger Gutierrez, and somebody with Hector Luis Garcia's strength and power, I think he is going to end up touching up Roger Gutierrez. I think Roger Gutierrez may last the distance, but I wouldn't be surprised at a stoppage. But I definitely can see him getting wobbled, getting hurt, getting knocked off his square in this fight. But I'm going to go Hector Luis Garcia, unanimous decision in that one. Let's keep it moving, man. Next, we got Alberto Puello versus Akhmedov, another 12-round WBA 140-pound fight. This, too, will be on the PBC card. Akhmedov is a southpaw out of Uzbekistan, 5'7", 68.5-inch reach, 31 years old, 9 wins, 1 loss, 8 wins by way of knockout. Alberto Puello, 28 years old, out of Dominican Republic, 5'9", southpaw fighter, 20 wins, no losses, 10 wins by way of knockout. Akhmedov is a pressure fighter, but educated pressure, good feet, coming forward as a southpaw, trying to make sure he keeps that lead right foot on the outside of your stuff. Doesn't come forward with a strong jab. He likes to power with his jab, but he's really trying to land that straight left hand, use it to get inside. Then he's trying to make it a rough and tough fight on the inside. Very aggressive, very physically strong. I don't know about his one-punch knockout power. I know he got 8 knockouts and 9 victories, but I think it's much more war of attrition. Guys get tired of him just wearing on him, continuing to come forward, and he can beat you up. For Alberto Puello, look, man, skilled boxer, bro. He's a southpaw, too, so it's going to be a closed stance matchup, so don't nobody have the advantages of angles and shit like that. But, bro, he is a boxer, counter-puncher extraordinaire with good movement, good feet, good pivots, nice, slick fighter, bro, with a nice check right hook. Just very impressed with what I've seen of Alberto Puello so far. I expect him to be on the back foot, invite Akhmedov coming in and try to outbox him, try to outpoint him, and keep Akhmedov from applying the pressure. I think if Akhmedov can't get to Puello and really pressure him, really make him uncomfortable, I don't think he can win a boxing match in terms of outpointing Puello and winning rounds off of him. So he's going to have to be aggressive and watch out for Puello, try to slip some shots coming into Puello, because Puello has good timing. He's fast, he's slick, he's elusive. I'm going to be real with y'all. I just think Puello is the more skilled boxer. I think that he's better from range, and I think he'll be able to keep the fight at range just enough to where he's able to get the victory. So I'm going to go with Alberto Puello by unanimous decision in that fight, 8 rounds to 4, about 9 rounds to 3. Moving on to another PBC fight. We got Brandun Lee versus Will Madera, 10-round, 140-pound fight. Will Madera is 31 years old, 5'7", 68.5-inch reach out of New York. 17 wins, 1 loss, 3 draws, with 10 wins by way of knockout. Then you got Brandun Lee coming off of not the best performance, but he is one of the prospects to watch. Orthodox fighter, 23 years old, 5'10", 71-inch reach out of Cali. 25 wins, no losses, with 22 victories by way of KO. Will Madera is a veteran. His only loss was to Felix Verdejo. He comes in trying to earn his money, man. Like he's there. He'll try to jab. He'll try to throw overhand rights. He gonna come there to win. And if your defense ain't tight, watch out for them overhand rights. Watch out for him, really maybe catching with a shot that you don't expect him to hit you with, just because people gonna underestimate Will Madera. When you see he's 31, you see he already got 3 draws and a loss, and you somebody like Brandun Lee, you can try to overlook somebody like Will Madera. Now, Brandun Lee, extremely fast hands, very gifted offensively. Got to work on his defense though. He gets hit too much, in my opinion. The head movement is not on par. The parrying shots is not there. He really just goes into a high guard and shells up. When guys start throwing punches at him, he will try to counter. Nice left hook counter he has. Can step back with the right hand and counter you, but he needs to do more of that and couple in some better guard work, some better, parrying shots, rolling with shots, and trying to look for offense and turning his defense into offense. He got to step up his transition game. But overall, very promising prospect. I think with him and Will Madera, the size of Brandun Lee with the 3-inch reach advantage and the 3-inch height advantage, plus his hand speed is better, so he'll be able to hit Madera from places that Madera won't be able to hit him from. So I'm going to go with Brandun Lee in this fight. I got Brandun Lee knocking out Will Madera. I think he'll be the second one to do it. Felix Verdejo did it in the first round, and I got Brandun Lee doing it somewhere between round 4 and round 6, stopping Will Madera. I think the hand speed, he'll land at will. On Will Madera. Pretty funny, bro. He'll land at will on Will Madera and just get him out of there, man, with the cleaner shots. And then once he finds his timing, Brandun Lee is a killer in that ring in terms of once he hurts you, he gets you out of there. That's why he got a 90-something% knockout ratio, and I think he will hurt Will Madera in this fight, ended up stopping him, because Will Madera is coming up in weight to fight at 140. He started his career in lower weight classes. Now, the main event on this card was supposed to be Adrian Broner versus Omar Figueroa. That got turned to Sergey Lipinets versus Omar Figueroa. Sergey Lipinets out of Kazakhstan, Orthodox fighter, 5'7", 67-inch reach, 33 years old, 16 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 12 wins by way of knockout. He has been knocked out 1 time. Omar Figueroa, 5'7", 73-inch reach, out of Waslasco, Texas, Orthodox fighter, 32 years old, 28 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, and he's been knocked out one time. Sergey Lipinets, man, is a champion at 140. He was very, very good at 140. He's looking to catch you in between some shots. He's looking to counter punch with you. His feet aren't what they used to be. His power at 147, which I believe is where they're fighting at. If memory serves me correctly, they could be fighting at 140, but I don't know if Omar Figueroa and Lipinets can get down. I know AB, he was supposed to be in this fight. He couldn't get down to 140, so I think they might be fighting at 147. We'll have to check the weigh-ins for that. But Sergey Lipinets, you know, this is two fighters past their prime. If I'm keeping it a buck, both Omar Figueroa and Sergey Lipinets are past their prime. Lipinets is taking this fight on 4 or 5 days' notice. But at his heyday, man, he was a world level 140-pound fighter. And you know, he fought some good fights. But as you can see, the fight against Jerome Boutinis, the draw with Custio Clayton that he had, he's just kind of been on the downturn. Same with Omar Figueroa. Man, he had bouts where he was training himself. And Ramos beat him up. It's hard to call on this one. I'm honestly going to just go with Omar Figueroa simply off the strength of Omar Figueroa is a volume puncher. He going to let his hands go, and I think he'll let his hands go more than Sergey Lipinets. And he, in my opinion, of the two, probably had the better camp because he's been preparing for Adrian Broner this whole time. Sergey Lipinets stepping in, probably in shape, probably knew that he might get the call, but it's different when one fighter knows that they got a fight coming up, and Omar Figueroa, and they knew they were on the card, and then another fighter is hoping to get that call, and they don't get that call until 4 or 5 days before the fight. So, two evenly matched fighters, both in their prime, both past their prime, both going to let their hands go. I think Omar Figueroa might be in just a little bit better shape. I think he's going to end up taking over the back half of the fight because he's in more fight shape. I think his work rate, I think his volume punches is going to come into play in this fight. And I think it's going to irk out a unanimous decision victory for the homie Omar Figueroa. Now, let's go over to the top-ranked card. Yeah, let's go over to the top-ranked card. We got a top-ranked card this Saturday. Let's start with Xavier Martinez versus Alejandro Guerrero, 8-round, 130-pound fight. Xavier Martinez, 24 years old, Orthodox fighter, 5'8", 70-inch reach out of Sacramento. 17 wins, 1 loss with 11 wins by way of knockout. That one loss he just lost to Robson Conceição. Alejandro Guerrero is 24 years old, Orthodox fighter, 5'6", 66-inch reach, fighting out of Irving, Texas. 12 wins, 2 losses, 9 wins by way of knockout. Alejandro Guerrero does have 2 losses in a row. He's a tough pressure fighter, likes to throw wide looping shots. He has a high guard with minimal head movement, slow feet. Then you got Xavier Martinez. He can counter punch. He can shoulder roll, has questionable feet, questionable athleticism, but his left hook, he uses his left hook to kind of counteract your pressure, kind of check you, pivot that shit around. Xavier Martinez, in my opinion, to keep this thing going, he just got more tools in his toolbox. Top Rank is clearly trying to promote him. He's coming off a loss to Robson Conceição, and he's fighting Alejandro Guerrero. Xavier Martinez fought Juan Carlos Burgos. If you know anything about Juan Carlos Burgos, he's a quintessential Mexican-style pressure fighter, and Xavier Martinez handled him in that fight, won a unanimous decision relatively easy. Alejandro Guerrero fights the same way, coming forward, trying to press on you, but he doesn't have the work rate of Juan Carlos Burgos. He ain't fought the type of competition that Juan Carlos Burgos fought. I don't believe he has the chin and durability of a Juan Carlos Burgos. He just ain't as proven. So I think Xavier Martinez is going to make easy work of this. Stoppage, I don't know, 8-rounder, 130-pound fight. Xavier Martinez don't have the biggest power, but he got enough pop to keep you inside of him. He's just good enough inside with his uppercuts, his leverage, high guard to high guard, hooks to the body, and I think he's better on the outside to where he'll outpoint him. More variations to his game, a more skilled fighter. I got Xavier Martinez by unanimous decision in that fight. Then next we got the co-main event, I believe this is, 10-round, 147-pound fight between Giovani Santillan and Julio Luna Avila. Santillan is a southpaw, 5'8", 68.5-inch reach, 30 years old, out of San Diego, 29 wins, no losses, 16 wins by knockout. Julio Luna Avila is 24 years old, fighting out of Mexico, Orthodox fighter, 5'11", 19 wins, no losses, 2 draws, with 10 wins by way of knockout. Look, this fight is in San Diego, or close to it, I believe. This is a hometown fight for Santillan. Avila is there to be an opponent. This is his first fight in the United States. He ain't never fought here before. The fight is in San Diego. He just there to be an opponent. Then you got Giovani Santillan, quintessential, seek and destroy, southpaw fighter, basically like a Earl Spence type fighter with no athleticism, not the power, and not nearly the skills of Spence, but somebody that's coming forward, trying to work his jab in the southpaw stance, landing straight left hand, landing right hooks to the body, trying to outwork you, throwing a lot of punches, and trying to make them count. And that's what he's doing, man. Very physically strong. Like, he looked like he should punch harder than he do. And he just tried to get you into a war of attrition, back you up, and he can really fight on the inside. That's where he like to be. That's where he's trying to get to. And I think Santillan, the more skilled fighter, fighting in San Diego, Avila is going into this fight needing a knockout. He ain't going to get it, bro. This is your first fight in America for a reason. This is Giovani Santillan's show. This is his hometown. Top Rank brought you over here just for him to whoop your ass. And I think he's just going to do that. Giovani Santillan, unanimous decision in that fight, although I won't be surprised with a stoppage. But this is an undefeated fighter. He's fighting in Avila. And as you know, these Mexican fighters, man, they ain't coming to lay down. He coming to fight. He coming to show up and show out. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Say he go the distance, but I think Giovani Santillan going to put a whipping on him. Main event on this, Emanuel Navarrete versus Eduardo Baez for Navarrete's WBO featherweight championship. Navarrete, 27 years old, out of Mexico, orthodox fighter, 5'7", with a 72-inch arm reach, which is astronomically long for featherweight. 35 wins, 1 loss, 29 wins by way of knockout. Then we got Eduardo Baez, 27 years old, out of Mexico, orthodox fighter, 5'9", 2 inches taller than Navarrete, but 70-inch reach. His reach is 2 inches shorter than Navarrete. 21 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, with 7 wins by way of knockout. Look, Eduardo Baez, orthodox Mexican-style fighter, always trying to brawl with you. Left hook to the body is one of his best punches. High guard, minimal head movement, leans over his front foot a lot, which is dangerous against Navarrete because of them nasty uppercuts that Navarrete can throw. So he got to watch out for that. He's a very good body puncher. For Emanuel Navarrete, I tell y'all all the time, he do everything wrong, but he make that shit look so right. He throw uppercuts from angles and positions you're not supposed to throw uppercuts from. His footwork is not the footwork that they teach in boxing gyms, but he make that shit work for him. His work rate, extremely high. Defense, leaky as hell. High guard, covering up, clinching, complaining to the ref. Just a bunch of shit that would make you think that Emanuel Navarrete gonna get his ass whooped. But bruh, his power, the way that he fights unorthodox, he always has an advantage going into a fight like this, because you can bring people in your camp that can prepare you for the style of fight that Eduardo Baez fights. Those people exist. You can get sparring for that shit. Ain't no sparring for Emanuel Navarrete, bro. You can't prepare for him because he's so unorthodox. He don't fight like nobody. He's so goddamn awkward. So he has the advantage because he can prepare for you, but it's so damn hard for you to find sparring for him. And Eduardo Baez, I think he getting knocked out because remember what I told y'all. He leaned heavy over his front foot, bro. He leaned over his front foot, and I see Emanuel Navarrete catching him at some point with a mean-ass uppercut, hurting him. He can't recover from it, and then Emanuel Navarrete goes for the stoppage. I think this is going to be a beatdown. I think since Eduardo Baez is very tough, I got it somewhere between round 8 and round 10. Stoppage for Emanuel Navarrete in the main event on the Top Rank card. Let's move over to the DAZN card, man. There's so many cards this weekend, I ain't going to be able to watch none of them. But I'm going to get my picks right, though, and I'm going to watch them after I get through chilling with my wife. But last, we got 3 more picks that we got to do real quick. I appreciate y'all hanging in there. Callum Smith versus Mathieu Bauderlique, 12-round WBC title eliminator in the light heavyweight division. Bauderlique is out of France, 6'1", southpaw fighter, 33 years old, 21 wins, 1 loss, 12 wins by way of knockout. He has been knocked out 1 time, 2016 bronze medalist in the Olympics. Good counter puncher, nice with his check hooks, nice with his step back left hand. Jab, don't like it at all. He used his jab just to land his left hand, which makes his 1-2 suspect. His 1-2 ain't good at all, bro, and it's because he don't try to land the jab. He just throwing it out there to bait you then so he can throw that left hand. People see it coming, and so, you know, it's hard for him to land that back left hand. But when he counter punching, when you are first against him and he can counter punch you, That's when he does some of his best work. His feet, very questionable. You can tell you know where to put him. You can tell he got good placement. You can tell he's well schooled. He's just not a very athletic guy. He's just not a very athletic guy. Then you got Callum Smith out of the UK, orthodox fighter, 6'3", 78-inch reach, 32 years old, 28 wins, 1 loss, 20 wins by way of knockout. Look, he's skilled, he's long, he's sharp, he's wiry. He got the same exact height and reach as Oleksandr Usyk, and Oleksandr Usyk is fighting in the main event of this card at heavyweight. So that shows you how big Callum Smith is to have those types of dimensions down there at light heavyweight. He can counterpunch. His defense is that Euro style. I'm going to go into my high guard, maybe try to use some foot movement to be defensive, not much head movement, not much, slick, head movement, counter, none of that shit, bro. He's using his feet and his high guard for his defense, but what he lacks for in that, offensively, great at distance, very good fighter at distance. When he can get behind that long-ass jab, land that mean, nasty right hand, go ask Lyndon Castillo how nasty that right hand is that Callum Smith got. Like, that right hand nasty. He can punch in between your shots. I mean, just a very, very good fighter, bro. Callum Smith can fight. And in this fight, the homie Bauderlique, he ain't never fought outside of France. Callum Smith in there with Canelo. Lyndon Castillo was a former world title challenger. Callum Smith is a former world champion, won the Super Series, fought John Ryder, so he's fought southpaws that I believe John Ryder is a better southpaw than this guy Mathieu Bauderlique. So I think Callum Smith is well prepared for this. This is set up for him to do good. He gonna win this fight in my opinion. I think he might possibly get the stoppage. I think that southpaw stance that Bauderlique is in is gonna line up for one of them Callum Smith right hands. Callum Smith gonna detonate that shit, and he gonna hit Mathieu Bauderlique with some shit he ain't never been hit for. I believe this is Callum Smith's weight class. He might be even better at 175 than 168. He's only had fight at 170. Only had one fight at 175. But this fight right here will go a long way to prove me right or wrong, because this is a fight I think he's gonna dominate, make it look easy, and end up getting the stoppage somewhere early in the fight, man. I think somewhere round 4, round 5, he might get Bauderlique up out of there. I think the moment that Callum Smith gets his timing and finds his range, we only waiting on a matter of time before that big right hand land and he catch Bauderlique with some hot shit. Moving on, Filip Hrgovic versus Zhang, 12-round IBF heavyweight title eliminator. Filip Hrgovic, 6'6", out of Croatia, 30 years old, orthodox fighter, 14 wins, no losses, 12 wins by way of knockout. Then you got Zhang, 39 years old, out of China, southpaw fighter, 6'6", 24 wins, no loss, and 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout. We'll go with Filip Hrgovic first, 2016 Olympian. Big power in that right hand, bro. Big power in that right hand. Nasty 1-2. His hands are pretty fast, not slow-handed at all. Slow feet, he know where to be. He nimble enough on his feet, because he a big-ass dude, bro. He nimble on his feet for a big-ass dude, but, I mean, you don't expect somebody as big as him to be moving around like a middleweight. But, fast hands, very confident fighter. That right hand nasty, bro. That right hand nasty. Like, he really putting people out with that right hand. But he has a nice jab, uses it to find range. He'll land it, throw it to the body, but his main weapon, he is trying to occupy you with his jab. Whether I land it up here or I land it down there, I just power at you with it. He trying to do that shit so he can fire off that right hand and put your ass to sleep. That's how he fight. That's what he's looking for. He got that whole cock. He got that left hand low. He got that right hand right up here by his chin, bro. Just cock, ready to just. Then you got Zhilei. Look, man. He has a big-ass left hand. Big-ass left hand. He's just old and slow. He's 39 years old. His gas tank, bro, he gasses out in fights. He's slow. He's plotting. Bro, he's slower than molasses. And I ain't going to hold y'all because I got to hurry up and get through this. I think he's going to get his ass whooped by Filip Hrgovic, bro. I think Hrgovic about to put a whooping on this dude, man. I don't think he's going to be able to get out of the way of Hrgovic's right hand. He's too slow. And I don't think he's going to be able to take Hrgovic's right hand. I seen Zhilei go down and be hurt before. So I know Filip Hrgovic going to have some shit for him. He's going to be able to hurt him. So I got Hrgovic by stoppage in this fight, bro. About round, I think it'll start off pretty competitive, but then once Zhilei Zhang loses that initial gas, about round 3, round 4, I think it's only a matter of time. I think this fight gets started sometime in the middle of the fight between round 5 and round 7. Filip Hrgovic by knockout. Last fight, 12-round heavyweight WBO, WBA, IBF title fight between Oleksandr Usyk and Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, 32 years old, out of the UK, 6'6", 82-inch reach. Orthodox fighter, 24 wins, 2 losses, 22 knockouts, and he's been knocked out 1 time. Then you got Oleksandr Usyk, 35 years old, out of the Ukraine, southpaw fighter, 6'3", 78-inch reach, 19 wins, no losses, with 13 wins by way of knockout. Look, man, Anthony Joshua got big power, nasty uppercut, nice jab, nice right hand. He just ain't got no heart, bro. He just ain't got no heart no more. He ain't got no confidence no more. And he fighting a guy that already figured him out. Oleksandr Usyk, some of the best foot feints in the game. Nasty jab. Straight left hand is nasty. The left hand, period. Like, whether you want him to throw it straight down low, throw a hook down low, up top, overhand, nasty right hook, you know, can counter punch. Oleksandr Usyk is a masterclass boxer, bro. And the last thing you want to do is give a masterclass boxer the opportunity to figure you out, get your timing down, and then fight him again. Like, had Joshua won and this was a rematch, then I'd give Joshua a bigger shot. But I think Oleksandr Usyk's feet, his feint game, I think it's just too much. He's going to have Joshua out there dazed and confused again, looking bad, not knowing what to do, deer in the headlights, and Usyk going to turn it on, start landing them left hands, except for this time I think Usyk going to stop him. I always tell y'all, when I be looking at rematches and shit, I want to see the last 4 or 5 rounds of the previous fight. And if you look at them last 2 or 3 rounds, Usyk turned up on his ass, bro. And I think Anthony Joshua, that gas tank is a huge issue in the heart that he would have to have. He got to go in there like, I ain't got no shot. I just got to go for the first 6 rounds and knock his ass out. I don't think he got that in him no more. That Joshua that did that shit with Klitschko, that got up and did what he did, the Joshua that we seen against Dillian White, like I think homie gone. I don't think he here no more. I think Andrew Ruiz knocked that Joshua out of him, and now we got this new AJ. That's what I believe. Now AJ can go show me I'm wrong, but I'm going with my initial pick. I picked Usyk to win the first fight by decision. I'm picking him to win this fight more convincingly. I got a stoppage in this fight. I got a stoppage like round. Usyk could hurt him. That's the thing. Usyk could hurt him early. He could hurt him early. Like, it just depends on what Usyk want to do with him, how aggressive he is to start. Like, he could hurt AJ early, bro. AJ chin and his stamina, but I think Usyk going to let him wear down a little bit. I think AJ going to come out, he's going to be competitive. He going to have that heart, he going to try. But then, as Usyk start tagging him with left hand, start outboxing him, foot feinting him and shit, you know what I'm saying, catching him with shots, it's going to play on Joshua's mental. It's going to play on his gas tank until eventually Usyk going to break him this time. And I got Usyk stopping Anthony Joshua in this fight between round 9 and round 11. Round 9 and round 11, I look for Oleksandr Usyk to stop Anthony Joshua and retain his WBO, WBA, and IBF titles. I appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your weekend. I see y'all on Monday, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the content this week. We right back next week with some more fire debates, some more fire content. If you don't do nothing else, man, watch boxing this weekend so the sport will grow. Appreciate y'all. With that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.